Welcome to Continental Championship Wrestling, home of the National Wrestling Alliance, featuring champions from throughout the continental United States. And now to your host, world-renowned wrestling commentator, Gordon Soley.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Continental Championship Wrestling, sanctioned by the National Wrestling Alliance. My name is Gordon Soley, and for the next hour, we have a lot of action in store for you, including 2 championship matches. The United States Junior Heavyweight Championship match, Scott Armstrong going up against Bill Ash. We're going to be seeing a very unusual situation in our feature stars of the NWA and an Austin Idol special. Also a Southeastern Tag Team Championship match. Tommy Wildfire Rich and Steve Armstrong facing the infamous Nightmares. And we will be seeing a very special situation regarding the NWA World Heavyweight Champion Ric Flair and a most unusual training session with the Flame. This and much, much more is upcoming during this next hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. Now we're set for our first match, so let's go to the ring and our ring announcer, Mike Jackson.
Thank you, my good friend Gordon Soley, and let me also welcome you to another night of Continental Championship Wrestling. The first match is scheduled to 1 fall. Special TV time limit is 20 minutes. It is for the United States Junior title. Ladies and gentlemen, making his way to ringside at this point, the challenger weighs in at 225 pounds from Paris, Arkansas. Here is Bill Ash. And ladies and gentlemen, your United States Junior Champion on his way to ringside right now. 212 pounds from Marietta, Georgia. Here's the champion, Scott Armstrong. Your referee, Mario Crumley, 1 fall, 20-minute time limit. The title is on the line.
Well, one really has to admire Scott Armstrong for putting his title on the line. 1 fall with a 20-minute time limit. And coming to you direct from the heart of Dixie, this United States Junior Heavyweight Championship title. Normally, the champion is entitled to a 1 fall, 60-minute time limit match. Tremendous pressure is put on the champion at this point in time. Conditioning, of course, is such a factor with these men. Armstrong keeps himself in fantastic condition. He has the stamina. Consequently, going an hour is not difficult for Scott. Ash, on the other hand, a tough competitor. A man that has to be reckoned with. Beautiful lateral drop and takedown by Ash. The crotch ride, and it's Scott Armstrong sitting out, getting away, and a good escape by Armstrong. Referee, once again, watching them and moving around very nicely. They lock up collar and elbow. Remember, United States Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line. Scott Armstrong now with an armbar on Ash. Ash, a double tough competitor. This man is extremely dangerous. Notice the way Ash turned that armbar to his own advantage. Armstrong looking at him with perhaps a little bit of newfound respect. Tremendous crowd here at the beautiful Boutwell Auditorium in Birmingham, Alabama, and it is a high hip toss that takes Scott Armstrong back to the canvas once again. He's the son of Bullet Bob Armstrong. They lock up collar and elbow. And it's Armstrong getting the side headlock on Ash. Notice the way Ash used that forearm that time across the cheek of Scott Armstrong. Now catches him under the chin, trying to get some leverage, but Scott Armstrong tightens down on that side headlock. Ash fires him off, caught with a shoulder smash, driven to the canvas once again. Scott Armstrong back in with a side headlock. Ash getting a rear chin lock. Might point out, of course, that as the match wears on and both men to begin to perspire rather heavily, it'll become increasingly difficult for them to maintain a good grip, as we saw on that single-handed rear chin lock. Once again, Armstrong back with a side headlock. He has scored effectively with those shoulder smashes thus far in this match. One fall, 20-minute time limit. U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line. Armstrong in the red trunks. Ash in the sort of gray-green trunks. Up against the ropes. Ash fires him off. Ash drops to the canvas. Scott is up and over. Ash caught him beautifully that time. And it's Ash missing with that elbow. And Armstrong is right back after it. You could hear the crowd. They are solidly in the corner of Scott Armstrong. No question about that. He is the crowd favorite here. Ash being questioned by the and Ash demonstrating to the referee what he says was the truth. Armstrong complaining. And Armstrong has to be careful here. He cannot lose his temper. Side headlock by Ash. Ash, good forearm that staggered Scott. Gets Scott on a side headlock once again.
5 minutes gone. 5 minutes gone. 15 minutes remaining.
Okay, you just heard the ring announcer and timekeeper. 5 minutes gone, 15 minutes remaining. U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship on the line. Scott Armstrong taken off his feet. That time you could see Ash as he definitely pulled hair. No question about that. And again, Ash trying to show the referee that it was in essence a combination Nelson chinlock. Good side chancery now by Ash. And he shows that wide and varied amateur background that he has. Armstrong slipping away from it. Armstrong very good about a good clean break. Once again they lock up, and it's a side headlock by Scott Armstrong. Ash has got his problems now. Let's see how he attempts to get away from this, or if in fact can he get away. And it looked to me, although from this camera view you really couldn't tell, but Ash may have been getting some extra leverage that time. Irish whip, and caught him right at the belt line coming off the ropes. Armstrong down and in trouble. Forearm into the kidney region. One thing about Ash, he is a very frugal wrestler. He does not waste time nor motion in the ring. Oh, again drove that fist right into the solar plexus of Scott Armstrong. And Armstrong has fallen victim to this now on 2 different occasions. Once again, a forearm across the midsection. Flashing out with his foot now. Armstrong is down, and Ash has got him in trouble. Lateral press. 2 count. A 2 count as Ash almost had him. Ash almost had him for the count. Armstrong fires back to the midsection, but Ash caught him with a knee lift. Well delivered high knee lift by Bill Ash. And now Armstrong explodes. Ash is staggered. Ash is staggered backwards again. Brother, he just got knocked back into the next area code. Got a foot on the rope. He got a foot on the rope. Armstrong explodes once again. Catches him on the side of the jaw. Another one back of the ear. That puts Ash to the canvas. Armstrong closes in on him once again. Ash. Headbutt. And that was belt line or just below. Armstrong in trouble again. Good reversal by Armstrong. Irish whip. Beautiful drop kick that has Bill Ash outside the ring. Ash caught with a beautiful drop kick. 10 minutes, and Ash has tripped up Armstrong from outside. Ash is caught by Armstrong. A haymaker right. Ash ripping across the eyes, has him outside the ring. Atomic knee drop outside the ring. Armstrong coming up very slowly indeed. The count is on, and Armstrong gamely getting back to his feet. The champion is in trouble. Armstrong, beautiful maneuver that time. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Ash got the pinfall. Ash got the pinfall, but he was holding onto those ropes. The referee did not see it. The referee giving Ash the United States
10 minutes and 21 seconds. The fall and the match ends the new United States Junior Heavyweight Champion, Bill Ash.
Well, we'll try and take a look at that in instant replay if we can here in just a moment. A highly controversial situation with Bill Ash winning the United States Junior Heavyweight Championship in a highly controversial manner. The referee obviously could not see what happened, but that will be reviewed. Well, we have a situation now as Bill Ash is leaving the arena area, leaving the squared circle, leaving behind him a very frustrated Scott Armstrong, who was in, no question about it. But Mr. Ash certainly had both hands on the ropes, getting that extra leverage. We had mentioned, of course, each week here on Continental Championship Wrestling that we want to bring you a special feature on stars of the NWA. The NWA, of course, the oldest and largest sanctioning body of professional wrestling the world over. By the way, wherever you go to see the matches, be sure and pick up your official souvenir program, the Wrestling Ringsider. Pictures of your favorite wrestlers, including the Rat Patrol, World Champion Ric Flair, and many, many others, including a contest about your favorite wrestler. Now, as we said, of course, about the stars of the NWA, we thought this week you might find it very interesting to see something very special on the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion, Austin Idol. And all I can say is, do you want to touch?
You're seeing a lot more Spirit tags on the road these days. That's because we make fair, honest deals at Spirit. And we give discounts on Datsuns, Nissans, Chryslers, Plymouths, Dodge cars, Dodge trucks, and we have a full line of used cars. We're just a short drive from Brookwood Village on Highway 280 East. And our low prices make it well worth the trip. We have the cars, we have the prices, and we want your business. Spirit, Datsun, Nissan, Chrysler, Plymouth, Dodge. Highway 280 East, Sylacauga. In Birmingham, call 252-4800.
Aloha, hula bop for Mr. King Furniture downtown. And us native Hawaiians have an ancient expression, ahu waka weirdo, which simply means bring just $10 down to Mr. King Furniture for stereos, TVs, and we will approve your credit, even if you've never had any credit before. So as the Hawaiian sun sinks slowly in the west, I bid you a fond thank you.
Birmingham's oldest local religious telecast, The Living Word, can now be seen each Sunday at 7 a.m. on Channel 21. It has been my privilege for the last 17 years to present simple Bible lessons on basic Bible things. A popular segment of the program is devoted to answering questions phoned in by our audience. We invite you to join us right here on WTTO this Sunday at 7 a.m.
Hold up there, Festus. We're going to sell some pickups. You know, you don't have to sell the farm to own a brand-new Dodge D50 pickup with a full half-ton carrying capacity. These trucks get over 40 miles to the gallon on the highway, and right now at Magic City Dodge, you can buy one for $59.88. And everybody knows when it comes to selling pickups, we didn't fall off no collar truck. It's turnip truck. You know, the best deals just seem to turn up at Magic City Dodge in Roebuck, partner.
Championship Wrestling returns to Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium Monday night at 8 for an all-championship night of professional wrestling. 5 title matches, no increase in prices, plus special TV matches, 8 matches in all. For the Continental title, Bob Armstrong versus The Flame. Lord Humongous versus Ron Tennessee Stud Fuller for the Alabama title. Scott and Steve Armstrong versus the Nightmares for the Southeastern Tag titles. Austin Idol faces Gorgeous Jimmy Golden for the Southeastern title. A special challenge, Pork Chop Cash versus Boomer H. Lynch. Randy Penton faces Bill Ash for the U.S. Junior title. And a special event, John Fenton versus the Great Kaiser. Continental Championship Wrestling, Monday night at 8 at Boutwell Auditorium.
Well, the Night of Champions is upcoming, and I might point out that Bill Ash will be defending his newly won U.S. Junior Heavyweight Championship belt. Former champion Gorgeous Jimmy Golden will be involved. Right now, let's go to the ring for their comments.
Bill Ash, your comments on the winning the United States title.
The belt is back where it belongs, around the greatest U.S. junior champion that's ever been. Night of Champions, any other night, I'll defend this belt against anybody because I can defeat anyone that gets in the ring with me.
Jimmy Golden, Austin Idol.
Championship night, we're going to separate the men from the boys, Austin Idol. You are a boy, and I'm going to prove it, punk.
Well, the challengers are flying hot and heavy. Austin Idol's the Southeastern Heavyweight Champion.
You know, Gordon, in just 1 week, Jimmy Golden is gone from the Golden Boy to the Wonder Boy because he's still wondering what happened. I think I'm going to write me a book, but it ain't going to be no fairy tale like Alice in Wonderland. It's going to be a true story. It's going to be called Jimmy in Wonderland. I'm laying it on you, Jimmy. I know you got your sights set. I know you got your aim set on me, baby. And you better have the ammunition to back it up. Believe me, I'm telling you this, baby. You want the title? Shoot your best shot or go shoot it all.
Now let's go to our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this TV match, one fall, special 30-minute time limit. It is for the Southeastern Tag Team titles. First of all, the challengers, weighing in at 228 pounds, Hendersonville, Tennessee. Here's Tommy Wildfire Ridge. And ladies and gentlemen, his partner at 230 pounds from Marietta, Georgia, would you welcome Steve Armstrong? And ladies and gentlemen, your Southeastern Tag Team champions, making their way to the ring, weighing in a combined weight of 448 pounds, parts unknown, the Nightmares 1 and 2. Your referee, Roy George. One fall, special 30-minute TV time limit.
We got flowers with him. Maybe you want to give them to him, brother. Huh? Where's Johnny? Where's Johnny? We got flowers for him.
Tommy Rich, of course, the cousin of Johnny Rich. Johnny Rich out of action. And Tommy Wildfire Rich outside the ring. Tommy Wildfire Rich outside the ring. Southeastern Tag Team Championship on the line. Tommy Wildfire Rich. And brother, he is smashing those flowers and now smashing the face of the Nightmare. Tommy Wildfire Rich in action now against the Nightmares. Remember the Southeastern Tag Team Championship on the line. Steve Armstrong and Tommy Wildfire Rich. What an explosive pair we have here. So, Steve Armstrong helping the Nightmare in, and Tommy Rich trying to help him out. The Nightmares are in a lot of trouble here. We saw one title change hands this evening. Highly controversial that it did change, and we're liable to see another one. Rich looking in tremendous condition.
Come on, Nightmares! Get it in here!
Rich hurling a challenge at the Nightmares. And now the crowd picking it up. We're deep in the heart of Dixie, the Boutwell Auditorium, Birmingham, Alabama. The Southeastern Tag Team Championship on the line. The Nightmares, the champions in the outer blue trunks. Tommy Wildfire Rich, one of the challengers. The other one, Steve Armstrong in the red trunks. All right, the Nightmares moving in now. One fall, Southeastern Tag Team Championship. Good Irish whip. And the Nightmare all the way over that top rope and onto the floor outside the ring. Tommy Rich settling a lot of hash in a hurry. And Steve Armstrong backing up 100%. Nightmares having trouble getting it together now. They have taken a tremendous amount of punishment. And Rich and Armstrong really don't care where the match takes place. There they are, the Nightmares. Outside the ring and a long way from those titles right now. Picking up that chant now. The Nightmares frustrated, moving back into the ring. Tommy Wildfire Rich. 5 minutes have elapsed. 5 minutes have elapsed in this match. Beautiful teamwork between Tommy Wildfire Rich and Steve Armstrong. Well, we'll be having a standby match momentarily, because I don't believe the Nightmares are going to last very long. Tremendous drop kick by Steve Armstrong. And the second Nightmare running like a scared cur. The Nightmare lashed out, caught Armstrong in the pit of the stomach. Irish whip, and Armstrong catches him coming off. High backdrop. And the Nightmare out there rendering assistance to his partner, rubbing that lumbar area of the back. the Nightmare moving up very slowly. They may have switched here. It was difficult to tell. They are so closely identical in size, build, muscular conformation, and definition that they can trade off very, very easily. Steve Armstrong. And the Nightmare slipped away from one, but caught the second one. Tommy Wildfire Rich catches him as well. The Nightmare's in a world of hurt here. An interesting situation coming up a little bit later on in the program. We'll be talking to Bob Armstrong. The Nightmare's in trouble again. And I'll tell you what, they've been in trouble since the moment they stepped into the ring. I don't think they realize the close coalition between the Armstrongs and the Riches. And I'll tell you what, neither team thus far. Well, we might have a pinfall here. 1, 2. No, sir. The Nightmare gets away. Tell you what, we're going to have to break away for a couple of moments right now to a couple of commercial messages and some pre-recorded interviews. Should a pinfall occur or a submission hold occur while we're away, we'll bring it back to you on instant replay. So we'll be back in just a couple of minutes.
T-Bob for Mr. King Furniture, downtown Birmingham's newly elected hunk of the year, and I pledge that Mr. King Furniture will continue to sell you furniture, stereos, TVs for just $10 down, even if you're on Social Security or have never had any credit before. At Mr. King Furniture, we believe in people, and I, T-Buff, will continue to dedicate myself to life, liberty, and the pursuit of loose women. Thank you.
For your TV needs, call 328-8736. For your stereo needs, call 328-8736. For your appliance needs, call 328-8736. For all your household needs, call 328-8736.
Quick TV and appliance rentals rent-to-buy plan can get you what you need today. Just call 328-8736 or visit 1506 2nd Avenue North across from Sears.
At Churches, we always give you more of a good thing. And from now until July 11th, Monday through Thursday, we're giving you more for less. For only 99 cents, we'll give you 2 big, juicy pieces of fried chicken or 6 crispy nuggets for 99 cents. Just go into Churches and say, give me the 99-cent deal, please. 6 crispy nuggets or 2 pieces of chicken for 99 cents from now until July 11th at participating stores. Churches, we give you more of a good thing for less.
Need relief from athlete's foot?
Feel the Desenex difference.
And there is a difference because medicated Desenex does more than just cure athlete's foot. Want cooling, soothing relief?
Feel the Desenex difference.
Desenex soothes burning feet, cools tender feet. Want relief from cracked, itchy feet?
Feel the Desenex difference.
Desenex relieves itching, gives real foot comfort, and used daily, Desenex helps prevent reinfection. Feel the Desenex difference.
What a great night of wrestling upcoming this Monday night here in Birmingham at Boutwell Auditorium. It's a night of champions. And let me talk to some gentlemen that, as far as I'm concerned, are champions both in the ring and out of the ring.
Well, Gordon, I'm not too happy on this occasion because, as you know, Lord Humongous and I lost the Alabama and the Continental title in one shot. But this is championship night. I'm going to go after the Flame because he's got my Continental title, and Lord Humongous here is going to teach the stud that he's nothing but a dud. Monday night, brother, one to remember in Boutwell. It's going to be the Battle of Boutwell, and the bullet will be there. And I'm going to tell you something else. After I win that Continental title, I'm going to go over here to Pell City and defend it against the Flame, the stud, or any of the stable, anybody that wants a shot. But I'm going to win that title back Monday.
Okay, and Pell City, by the way, will be Wednesday night, July 3rd. Mark that down on the calendar. And Pork Chop, a chance to take on Boomer H. Lynch in a special challenge.
Well, you know, Gordon, this Boomer, he did everything. And he said he beat me. But he beat me, he cheat. But let me tell you one thing, Boomer. Brother, it's coming down to me and you. Nose to nose and toes to toes. And Boomer, we're going to find out who is the best man right here Monday night.
It's all going to happen here at Boutwell Auditorium Monday night. The Tennessee Stud had some previously recorded comments. You talk about great wrestling action, you're going to find it right here at the Boutwell Auditorium this coming Monday night. Boomer H. Lynch facing in a special challenge, Pork Chop Cash.
What is so special about a challenge from Pork Chop Cash? I've beaten him in every kind of a match you can think of. It'll just be one more 1-0 score for Boomer. Yes!
All right, well, we'll find out.
You better believe it, I tell you. You know, Herb Winch's had a hard match on his hand. Well, this is going to be nothing Monday night. Because I tell you what, if my name isn't Dr. Johnny Peebles, I've trained this man to stomp anybody in the Southeast. And this man he's coming up against, what do you think about him, Kaiser?
I tell you, when the great Kaiser gets through with this man that I'm going against, Herb Winches will look like mashed potatoes just like him.
Well, thank you so very much, gentlemen. You'll see them in action Monday night. Now let's go back to the ring. Neither team has been able to score a pinfall or a submission hold, but I'll tell you, Bedlam is broken loose here. As Tommy Wildfire Rich has both of the Nightmares in trouble. Boy, what a combination. Steve Armstrong and Tommy Wildfire Rich in the Nightmares. The Southeastern Tag Team Championship still on the line. Tommy Rich driving into the Nightmares. Has things well under control. Rich up and over his man. Both men colliding. And Rich took a pretty severe blow to the head. He is down and stunned, and the other Nightmare outside the ring. A crucial moment. A crucial moment here. Tommy Wildfire Rich has him. No, sir. Is that the same Nightmare or not? A headbutt now that has Rich. Well, now maybe he got up and made a tag. Rich in a lot of trouble after taking that severe blow to the head. Catches another knee into the side of the head, right up in the temple area. Tommy Rich in trouble. Irish whip off the ropes. Rich caught again a lariat that drives him back to the canvas. What seemed to be a walkaway for Rich and Armstrong is now turning around, but now Rich after the mask of the Nightmare. And again, they switch partners, and I don't believe with the benefit of any tag. Rich coming up slowly, trying to shake those cobwebs loose, and it's the Nightmare raking across the back now of Tommy Wildfire Rich. Some double teaming here. Rich in a lot of trouble on those ring ropes as Steve Armstrong battles it out, and it is the Nightmares now depriving Rich of any possibility of getting that much needed oxygen into his lungs. Being screamed by the Nightmares, and it is Tommy Wildfire Rich in a lot of trouble on the ring apron, finally outside of the ring. And now look at the second Nightmare after him outside the ring. Oh, body slam outside the ring. Steve Armstrong over there to offer him assistance. And things do not look good for the team of Rich and Armstrong right now. Say what you will about these nights. Had a Texas toothpick in his hand. Irish whip, Rich. Beautiful rolling reverse by Tommy Wildfire Rich. He's got him down for the pin. 1, 2, 3, but the referee's not there. The referee. Well, a tough break. They had him down for the pin. Rich fires back with everything he's got. He came from the backyard with that one. Rich exploding on the Nightmares, takes the tag with Steve Armstrong. Armstrong charges in there, and Armstrong. A whirling dervish now. Armstrong, beautiful flying drop kicks, hard right hands. Now we've got all four in the ring at the same time. All four competitors now. One of the Nightmares slips out. Tommy Wildfire Rich is after him. Steve Armstrong has him now in the sleeper hold. Steve Armstrong has him in the sleeper hold. He's got the sleeper on the Nightmare. And it looks like we're going to see another championship change hands. Wait a minute. From off the top rope. And switching partners there. A little bit late on that one. I couldn't tell whether that was... It was a 3 count.
If you're going to play the computer game, play to win.
For more information about Herzing's career training, call 933-8536.
Citizens Financial Service is your independent mortgage loan agency. We will arrange the best possible interest rate and monthly note for your loan. And best of all, our service is free. No appraisal fees, no credit fees. We can arrange any kind of loan, $2,000 and up. No credit, slow credit, bad credit, that's no problem. At Citizens, we don't talk trash. We get you cash. That's Citizens Financial Service, 786-5560. Call now.
4th of July is coming, and what gifts are waiting at Midfield Auto Sales? Select from hundreds of late model used cars priced to fit your budget, and we'll add absolutely free a Pepsi grill, 10 pounds of Southeastern's ribs, and plenty of Pepsi. With our $3 million inventory of cars, trucks, vans, and 4x4s, we've got the very car you want and the very terms to suit your needs right on the spot. Celebrate the 4th of July with a purchase from Midfield Auto Sales. Come on out to Midfield Auto Sales, 506 Bessemer Superhighway, the giant auto supermarket.
Don't miss thrilling Southeastern Championship Wrestling this Monday night at 8 p.m. at the Boutwell Auditorium. See top wrestlers from all around the Southeast in fast-paced wrestling competition. Thrills and excitement for everyone when Southeastern Championship Wrestling comes to the Birmingham Boutwell Auditorium. See all of your wrestling favorites this Monday night at Boutwell Auditorium, 8 p.m. Don't miss one exciting minute of top wrestling competition as Southeastern Championship Wrestling comes to Birmingham.
Need relief from athlete's foot?
Feel the Desinex difference.
Medicated Desinex does more than just cure athlete's foot. Desinex soothes burning feet, cools tender feet.
Make your plans to be at the action spot of the South this coming Monday night, Boutwell Auditorium here in Birmingham. NWA Continental Championship Wrestling and Scott and Steve Armstrong going after the Nightmares for the Southeastern Tag Team Championship. Gentlemen, may I wish you well.
Thank you very much, Gordon. You know, these Nightmares, I don't think there's a fair bone in their body. Every time, I think we need 2 referees or something. We're going to have to definitely get something done because the guys are just switching in and out and doing all kind of things, breaking the rules. Maybe we can start breaking some rules ourselves. We have to, Scott. I hate to do that, you know, but, man, if that's what we got to do, brother, that's what I'm going to do, and I know Scott will do whatever it takes to.
Well, got to fight fire with fire. And, of course, hopefully after Monday night, these 2 men will be the new Southeastern Tag Team Champions, and they'll be in Pell City Wednesday night, July 3rd, and maybe a title defense there.
Well, maybe so, Gordon, but right now, first thing on our mind is Monday night, Boutwell Auditorium. Get those tag belts from those Nightmares, like Steve said. Really hate to stoop to their level, boys. Let me tell you something. If we have to, we'll get it done. The Rat Patrol don't count us out ever. If we have to, we'll win those belts for JR.
I'm going to be right here watching that match with a great deal of interest this coming Monday night at Boutwell Auditorium. Well, we have some previously recorded interviews now. It's a parade of champions this coming Monday night. Yeah. 5 title matches, and these gentlemen are going to be involved.
Yes, we are, aren't we? And who we got? We got Scott Armstrong and Steve Armstrong. Johnny's not going to be there. He can't make it. He's still in the hospital somewhere. What I want to know is, where's Johnny? Hey, Scott, let me tell you something, baby. I don't think if I was you, I would trust that turncoat brother of yours because he went off and left his ex-partner, Johnny Rich, in the ring with us right there in the cage. Couldn't get back in to help him. He left us to do our dastardly deeds on him, and that's what we did. We put him out, baby.
That's right. Who put him out? Who won the match and who lost the match? Well, it's just like it's going to be this time. The titles are up, and we know who's going to walk out the winners, as we have so many times before. The Nightmare's going to walk out with those belts just like we always have, baby.
We'll find out Monday night here in Birmingham at the Boutwell Auditorium, and now it's time to go back to the ring for more action. I want to take a couple of moments right now to talk to Bullet Bob Armstrong about an incident that occurred regarding the world heavyweight champion Ric Flair. Mr. Flair and the Tennessee Stud facing you and Lord Humongous in a steel cage match that ended up with, well, you ended up with, well, rather than talk about it, let's take a look at it, Bob, because you ended up with getting 22 stitches.
That's right, Gordon. It was a cage match. As everybody knows, that's one of the toughest matches in professional wrestling. And I did have 22 stitches in my forehead, but Ric Flair learned a valuable lesson. That the name Armstrong is synonymous with Timex. He can take a licking and keep on ticking, and that's exactly what I did.
As we're seeing right here, right now, in looking at this action, of course, an unprecedented thing, really, for the world champion to be in a steel cage match, and a tag team event at that, but with a guy like the Tennessee Stud in there, I'm sure he felt very comfortable.
Well, he felt very comfortable, so did I, because I got a great big man in my corner. As you can see, the Lord Humongous is about 6'8" or 9" himself, weighs 300 pounds, and brother, it's nice to have him in my corner for a change. And we found out one thing, that if you stick together till the end, you don't give up, and you can see on the film that we're fighting for everything we got. We fought, I had blood. The champion was so cocky. Ric Flair is such a cocky individual, he thought he had me beat. And you'll find out that on the end of this film, when he yells, "Let's go to school," when he always puts a figure 4 on people and they give up, that I didn't give up. In fact, he was so overconfident that when he reached for it, I hooked him in what they call a small package. And that's when you take a great big man, roll him up, and make a very small package. And that's what happened to Ric Flair, world heavyweight champion, 1, 2, 3.
Bob, let me ask you this, of course, and as we're watching this match progress, and we know, of course, what's going to happen now, the point being, certainly that has to put you in a top position for a title match.
Well, it sure don't hurt me none. Bob Geigel has got to look there and said, Bob Armstrong beat Ric Flair in this cage match. That should put me right up there with Humongous as a number 1 and 2 contender somewhere in there. I just want somebody to beat Ric Flair, and I want him to do it right here in the Continental Championship area.
Speaking of the Continental Championship, of course, in this situation with Flair, but then you've got another problem involved right now.
That's right, I do have a problem with a man called the Flame, and he's in my hair up to here. He's tried to burn me up, he's tried to break bones, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I know this man, Flame, and I know what he's capable of, and I know what I got to do. If I got to get down and dirty, that's what the Bullet can do. I'm known for getting down and dirty when it's a case I have to, and it is a case I have to now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bob, before you go any farther, I want you to take a moment with me right now to take a look at some very, very special video, a bit of training, if you will, and one of the most bizarre training sessions that I have ever seen in my life. I want you to look at it now, Bob, and then I think you'll get an inkling of what I'm talking about.
Fine, I'd love to see it.
Okay, let's take a look right now at the special training session of the Flame.
You know, I asked this camera and this production crew out here today, at my own expense, I might add, because I want to explain, uninterrupted, the situation that now exists between my one-time former best friend, Bob Armstrong, and myself. As you can see here, Bob Armstrong is a person that is constantly and continuously on my mind. Now, I want to explain to you, people, why I have such strong feelings and resentments towards Bob Armstrong. On 2 different occasions, I entered the ring to try to help Bob Armstrong, and he turned his back on me, and the second time he did it, he caught me with a shot in the jaw, and I'm telling you, would have knocked anybody out. I wasn't completely out, but I was stunned to where I was enabled to really defend myself. And Bob Armstrong did something that no other human being has ever done. He took this mask that is the trademark of the Flame, and he took it off of my head and tried to expose my face to all the fans and the viewing audience. Now, Bob Armstrong, I will never, never, ever forgive you for what what you did to me, and I will never rest until you pay, and pay dearly, for that act of treachery. I've got something in store for you. As you can see, you're constantly on my mind, Bob Armstrong. I want you to watch this video film, and I want you to think, and I want your sniveling brats to think. When is he going to strike? How is he going to strike? I could do it like that. That's the easy way, Bob Armstrong.
I think you'll have to admit, Bob, that's one of the most bizarre things I've ever seen. This man is literally deadly in his intentions.
Well, I think he slipped over the edge, Gordon, but I'll tell him one thing. We're going to have a Continental match right here on TV next week, and I'm ready right now. I'll see him on TV next week. Just put that title up. Either one of us is going to take it. We'll find out who's the baddest.
Congratulations. Bob Armstrong. Quite a man, quite a champion. Bullet Bob, and he deserves that title. Right now, we're ready for our next match, so once again, let's turn it to our ring announcer, Mike Jackson.
Ladies and gentlemen, your second event of the evening is scheduled one fall, special 15-minute time limit. First of all, let me introduce the man in the ring at 220 pounds from Alexander City, Alabama. Would you welcome Paul Brown? Brown. Gentlemen, the music says it all. His opponent at 301 pounds from parts unknown. Here is the Lord Humongous. Humongous. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Your referee, Roy George.
Lord Humongous moving out against Paul Pratt. And this Humongous is exactly that. Brother, he is a large individual. And extremely dangerous in the ring. No question about it. One of the most dangerous adversaries I have ever seen in action. Pratt circling his man. Started to come off the ropes of the shoulders, and now, good move by Pratt. He's going to use that speed to try and stay away from Humongous. Probably try to catch him from the side. And that's intelligent thinking. Because he isn't going to do much if he meets this man head on, except get himself in a lot of trouble as he just did. He was just staggered. And a massive forearm across the thoracic area of the back and put him back to the canvas. Look at the strength of this man, Humongous. Brought him up. And Pratt leaves the ring. By the way, I'd certainly like to take an opportunity right now to ride Humongous outside the ring after Pratt. Ooh, jammed him into that steel ring post. Pratt down on the floor outside the ring, and Humongous, look at this. Picks him up, has him up, and puts him right through the middle ropes, back into the ring. I want to thank our director, Gary Brown, and our entire crew, our production crew. Dennis Leslie, Jay Moore, Joey Cotton, Bill Russell, Paula Gordon, and Evelyn Morin for an outstanding job during this past hour of Continental Championship Wrestling. No program is any better than its crew, and we have one of the finest in the world as far as I'm concerned. Humongous. In complete control and totally dominating the situation now. Just out of it. Pratt is not with it at all as Humongous just closes in on him. Another full body slam. All 26 of those movable vertebrae being charged. And down across the throat and upper chest with that massive set of femoris muscles. Lord Humongous has to be, oof. One of the most impressive competitors I've ever seen. Backbreaker. Pratt could run, but he couldn't hide, and Humongous caught up with him. And Pratt hurtled right through the ring ropes. Humongous in complete control of the situation. Much to, well, the rather mixed emotions. Look at him. Stepped right over the top rope. Stepped right over that top rope, and very, very few men can do that. Look at that. Just steps right on over. Going for a Cobra. He's got him in the Cobra. And that is all she wrote. That is all she wrote. And let's get the official word from our ring announcer. Let's take a look at that in just a moment. You'll see the awesome strength and power of this man, the Lord Humongous, in this instant replay. And, brother, I'll tell you something. Better than 300 pounds, about 6 foot 8 inches tall. And he just towers over any opponent that he gets in the ring with, save perhaps the Tennessee Stud. But here you see it. And that's why the Lord Humongous is indeed the competitor that he is. We'll be back in just a moment.
WAGG with gospel to start your day. Reverend Theo Bailey with the sounds of heaven. At 10, the Reverend James E. Jackson takes over the celebration of the Lord. The greatest in gospel continues with Sister Marcia Dow at 2, bringing you songs of joy and praise. WAGG 1320 on your AM dial with gospel the way it's supposed to be.
We're burning up the competition with our Summer Sizzler sale at Youngblood Mobile Homes. Youngblood is known for quality homes at reasonable prices and people who care about you after the sale.
Buy a 14 by 73 bedroom 2-bath home for $167 per month, or a 2-bedroom 1-bath home for $134 per month. We must sell 30 homes.
And there's more, but whichever home you want, it'll be backed by me, Roger Youngblood, in business over 10 years. Come on out in Powell during our Summer Sizzler sale. It's hot.
For your TV needs, call 328-8736. For your stereo needs, call 328-8736. For your appliance needs, call 328-8736. For all your household needs, call 328-8736.
Quick TV and appliance rentals rent-to-buy plan can get you what you need today. Just call 328-8736 or visit 1506 2nd Avenue North across from Sears.
Looking for high value, low prices, efficiency, and dependability? Head for McGee Dodge. For 1984 Chevy Chevettes, just $48.90. That's wholesale prices on over 30 Gas Saver Chevettes, just $48.90. All extra clean, low mileage with factory air and automatic transmission. Take them up and away with on-the-spot financing that's faster than a speeding bullet. And an available 24-month, 24,000-mile Chrysler-backed service agreement that's stronger than a locomotive. Shop McGee Dodge, 549 Bessemer Superhighway Midfield.
Continental Championship Wrestling returns to Birmingham's Boutwell Auditorium Monday night at 8 for an all-championship night of professional wrestling. 5 title matches, no increase in prices, plus special TV matches, 8 matches in all. For the Continental title, Bob Armstrong versus The Flame. Lord Humongous versus Ron Tennessee Stud Fuller for the Alabama title. Scott and Steve Armstrong versus The Nightmares for the Southeastern Tag titles. Austin Idol faces gorgeous Jimmy Golden for the Southeastern title. A special challenge, Pork Chop Cash versus Boomer H. Lynch. Randy Penton faces Bill Ash for the U.S. Junior title. And a special event, John Fenton versus the Great Kaiser. Continental Championship Wrestling, Monday night at 8 at Boutwell Auditorium.
Well, let's take a moment right now to talk to the new tag team champions and talk about...
Alabama champion and the new Continental champion. That's who we are. Yeah, Gordon, I know that you joined in along with the thousands and thousands of fans here in the auditorium in congratulating us on winning 2 titles in one night, in one match. It's never, ever been done before in the history of professional wrestling. You saw history made, and the Tennessee Stud and the Flame made history. I'm the new Continental champion, and the Tennessee Stud is the Alabama heavyweight champion.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's hear some comments right now from the two gentlemen in the ring about the situation that exists.
Bob Armstrong, your thoughts on their comments?
My thoughts is I've never seen so much garbage stacked so high in my life. Now, you want to play rough, boys. You want to get down to the nitty-gritty, down and dirty. Let's go one-on-one, Continental in Alabama, and see what the flame does when I put the fire out and this man sends a Tennessee jackass back to the stable. We are on the Alabama champion, Night of Champions. You're looking at the two finest that there are in all of wrestling, baby. Yeah.
Well, we watched the Nightmares narrowly retain their Southeastern Tag Team Championship in an outstanding match. Good to see Tommy Wildfire Rich back in action. Next week, here on Continental Championship Wrestling, we will see a Continental Championship match. Bob Armstrong going up against the Flame. We'll also have a special on the Tennessee stud, Ron Fuller. We'll be seeing things on gorgeous Jimmy Golden, Pork Chop Cash, and a host of others, including Boomer H. Lynch. By the way, a lot of folks have been asking about my book, Master of the Ring. It should be available at your local bookstores. If not, inquire. I'm sure they can get a copy for you. We hope that you've enjoyed this hour of Continental Championship Wrestling, brought to you by the National Wrestling Alliance. And until next week at the same time, then, this would be Gordon Soley saying so long from the heart of Dixie.